Back to BASA starts right now on Fox 13.
Welcome to another episode of Back to BASA. This week on Back to BASA, we're in Seattle, Portland, and even Sacramento. So you already know you need your snacks. This week we recap what happened at Seattle Krakens Indigenous Peoples Night. We head back to the Rose City to meet with father and son duo DJ OG1 and DJ OG2. We recap what went down at Black Girl Code. We had the Columbia City to highlight a Black-owned spa. It's the third Saturday of the month, so we're catching up with Traveling While Black. We take a moment to give radio legend Danny Bonaduche his flowers in an interview I did with Paul Wight, formerly known as The Big Show. And we show what went down at V101.1's Holiday Jam over in Sacramento. And of course, we're talking about events that you need to know about happening around the city. But first, it's Hot Topics.
Okay, so can I just start by saying that I didn't even know that Diddy was going to have a TV show? Okay, now that we got that out the way, Hulu has decided to nix his reality show, which was going to be called Diddy Plus 7, after 5 more companies have also severed ties with his e-commerce platform. Look, I don't know how many more companies are going to run away from Diddy and what's going on with his name in the limelight right about now, but honestly, it kind of is what it is. If anything, I was most shocked about Deleon saying that they don't want for him to be in the advertisement, because honestly, I feel a lot of us thought that he owned that brand, but we digress. Okay, friends, you've probably seen this online. The internet went crazy when Megan Thee Stallion's ex, Partisan Fontaine, who is also a writer, and I want to say he used to write for Cardi B, went on The Breakfast Club and actually talked about why they broke up and if he does or doesn't still have love for her.
So what happened? Why did y'all break up? I mean, because he's never directly answered the question.
Why did we break up? There's a laundry list of reasons that could have caused us to be apart.
And I don't want you to give any of them because you still love that young lady.
That was my next question, because on your project, it sounds like, no, on the person, it sounds like you still love her.
You do. You definitely love her.
Absolutely. Listen, I'm a person that believes love doesn't go away. It changes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've always, and that's another thing I've stated. Like, yo, I always want well for her. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a person that wants bad for her. I'm not out here calling her all types of such and such. I've never even discussed some of the things on that song with my closest friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when the song came, people was like, yo, this happened. You know what I'm saying? I never ever once ever talk bad about her to anyone, not even, you know what I mean? Like, I do wish her the best.
And of course, Megan found some time to actually jump online and respond to what he had to say.
I was very much happy where I was at. If this man is saying, I didn't cheat on her, I didn't do that, well, why the f is you responding to me? Do you know how many y'all claim I done with? Why are you answering? Why are you trying to make that shoe fit? Was it you getting your dicks up in the same spot I was sleeping? If you say it wasn't you, why the hell is you dissing me?
Now, here's the messy thing with relationships. At the end of the day, none of us were there. None of us really knows what's happening. And for all we know, they could have drunk texted each other by now. But in the meantime, between time, dude, we're all just gonna have to wait and see if these two actually get back together or if they completely move on with life. Either way, we are moving into a brand new year. And honestly, I just want everybody to be happy and have good vibes, because this 2023 energy has been wild.
Seattle Krakens celebrated Indigenous Peoples Night, and we had a chance to check in with Snoqualmie tribe member Bethany Fackrell for an in-depth description of her jersey design. Plus, hang out with her as she toured the arena to see her design come to life. Here is Belle Garcia and Matt Bermudez with the story.
Bethany Fackrell, and we're celebrating Indigenous Peoples Night. First off, traditionally, the Snoqualmie people in our creations, we do storyboard telling, and a lot of that is representational art, and that means like it's very simplistic. We represent things by like numbers or by like figures, and we tell our stories and like points to talk about, you know, in our stories to help us tell them orally. So, and also included are the traditional Snoqualmie colors, red, black, and white. We have dog salmon featured here. When I was given this task, it was to also represent Every Child Matters. kind of thing with the orange color for the boarding school children that never made it home. And with that task, I chose dog salmon from our creation story because dog salmon had stole the creator at a young age, you know, and Blue Jay on his journey in our story went to go find him, and he found him, but he found him at a much older age. And how that kind of correlates is when he came back, he had all these powers, right? And he could no longer stay on Earth. He had to actually become the moon, which you see the big circle is the moon here. Even though something bad happened, it's something to look forward that, you know, maybe they became our ancestors, maybe they're guiding us now. And that happened also to our creator, and he can no longer stay on Earth either. And it's just looking at things in a better light and stuff. And so also in our creation story, as I move to the anchor right here, there's some traditional weaving patterns. And then there's 3 cedar hats and traditional weaving patterns. And that's for the sister, the mother, and the baby that came down from Skyworld. The creator's mother and her sister had to climb down from Skyworld before he came to Earth, because he was actually conceived up in Skyworld, which is actually what the numbers are right here. That's Skyworld. And when they came back down to the Snoqualmie Falls, which is a really sacred place, the Snoqualmie, and that's also in the letters here represented. That's the mist of our falls. That's where he came down, and as soon as he came down, that's when he got stolen, and all that stuff had happened in our story. But, you know, it was all for reason, all for purpose, and just, you know, trying to move forward with things. I like to look at it in that positive light. It's telling our stories in a whole new way. You know, it's so important for us to tell our stories, to get it out there from our own mouth, from our own cultures, and be able to celebrate it. But to do it for a sports team, that's just like on a whole new level. It's amazing. I'm here for my community. I do a lot of work with the salmon. I work with conservation a lot and volunteer time. Like, I'm still doing some kokanee spawner surveys at the moment. I just go visit the salmon. I just love the outdoors, and it's, you know, what I was taught to be connected to and respect, and it's our mother.
Okay, so is this jersey a vibe or what? Be on the lookout for upcoming Kraken-themed nights as they return in February with Lunar New Year night and Black Hockey night. BTW, I was at the game last year with my girl Alicia Crank, and it was lit. You can keep up with Matt and Belle's work on drip-night.com and at Drip Media 206 on YouTube. It's time for Northwest Connect, and this week we head back down south to Portland and catch up with father and son duo who has people from across the Rose City dancing in their seats. I'm talking about my good buddy DJ OG1, who is the official DJ for the Portland Trailblazers, and his son DJ OG2, who is one of the newest DJs for the Rip City Remix, which is Portland's newest NBA Development League team. We caught up with both of them last week while at Child Center over at University of Portland.
Right now, we're here in the Child Center at the University of Portland, getting ready for tonight's Rip City Remix game against the King. My relationship with the Rip City Remix organization started with, obviously, my connection with the Portland Trailblazers, being the official DJ. So when the G League started here, of course, they wanted in-game entertainment. So I put on a DJ workshop to audition DJs that will be playing throughout the season. And so my company, Leadertainment, partnered with the Rip City Remix organization to provide the in-game entertainment. It not only gives DJs the opportunity to level up on platforms, again, as great as the NBA, but it also raises their market values as business individuals. So that's part of the workshop, to teach them that they are businesses, not just talent. And so partnering with organizations like the Rip City Remix just adds that level of value to what they do.
I think something that's really special for our team, the Remix, is that we are in such close proximity to our NBA parent team, the Portland Trailblazers. So this benefit has our players practicing out at the Trailblazers practice facility. This allows, coaches, our GM on the Blazers side to be able to watch our players grow and develop and have them have the confidence in our G League players to be able to pull up when needed, knowing that they are being coached in the same manner and really mirroring what the NBA team is doing as well. Something that is so special, DJ OG1 is our official Trailblazers DJ. He has become this icon at games. People come for him. People are a fan of DJ OG1. And so we reached out to him knowing that he's just an icon in the Portland DJ scene and knew that he would be the perfect person to help us build up our DJ program here at the Child Center when we host remix games. So he's been an incredible mentor and coach to our 5 young DJs, one of them being his son. I know that adds, just a lot of special moments for him, being able to see him grow and develop here at this Child Center as well.
Being around him for years, I've always been a basketball head. Music obviously correlates with that, and I got inspired and decided to take the chance to show my talents and what I've been doing for years, and I've been here ever since. I'm just thankful to be right here. Had to go through the whole process of learning what it is to be a DJ, what comes with it from business and all, and try it out, and just like everyone else, and I'm here now and I'm thankful for it. That is my best friend. We can speak about anything from music to man stuff, perspective on life. I take full advantage of that, like I said again, because there's not a lot of people like me that do have those figures, in their life, and me, he's here. I want to take full advantage of that and soak up the knowledge and the things that he's experienced and being able to pass that down, but also walk, a particular way. Yeah, that's my dog right there. Do my best to communicate with them, ask them what they like to listen to, while they're in the offensive possessions, while they're warming up, and I try to take advantage of that because, like I said, I'm the music curator in the arena.
There are a lot of talented DJs, but not a lot of DJs that understand the magnitude that comes along with building strong character brands. You can have great skills, but if your character doesn't align with the values of organizations that you want to partner with, then it doesn't matter how much talent you have to step your character game up. Well, having my son come and try out for the DJ workshop, again, not just with him, but with just my kids, period, and anything they want to do, it's not going to be handed to him. And he had to earn his way in, just like other DJs. And had he not stepped up to the challenge, he'd have been looking on the sidelines.
With everything being new, we're experiencing things for the very first time. I think that's what's really unique about this opportunity. Our staff, getting to watch them come to their very first game and work their very first professional game was really, really cool. And to seeing the team come together, working hand in hand with our basketball operations side, everything that we're doing is starting from the ground up, and that's been something that's really fun, that we get to have a big hand in building our traditions and who we are as the Remix.
I just want you guys to know that it's just such a blessing to be in the position that I'm in, not only as a DJ, but also as a coach in terms of personal and professional development for upcoming talent. I think it's very important that OGs like me be able to pass on your legacy. And the only way you can pass that on is by sharing the knowledge and the experience that you have to those that are willing to listen.
If you're looking for a fun family outing and you want to see some awesome basketball on the court, come and join us here at the Child Center. Check out our remix games. We're excited to have you. Can't catch the action here at the Child Center? Make sure to follow us on social. All of our handles are at Rip City Remix.
Man, big shout out to both OGs. And something you didn't get to see on camera was OG1 as he looked on with tears in his eyes when OG2 talked about how much he enjoys working with the dad and how his dad is his best friend. This is such an amazing story, and I'm so happy we could share it with you all. Also, big thanks to Gabby Dabbin from the Trailblazers for all your help. To learn more about Rip City Remix and catch one of their amazing DJs in action and some fire basketball on the court, go to ripcityremix.com. We're off to our first commercial break, but when we come back, we're recapping what happened at Black Girls Code. Plus, we're highlighting a Black-owned spa that just opened up in Columbia City. Welcome back to BACK2BESA. I have to say, I just love seeing little black and brown girls get excited about tech and computers. It honestly reminds me so much of myself. And fun fact, I actually went to school for coding, and before getting into radio, I actually did web design. Anywho, last Saturday, Black Girl Code brought the joy of the holiday with a coding twist at Taft Bethany Community Learning Space. The Holiday Fun Day event, sponsored by Hasbro Inc., featured fun for the whole family and activities for girls 7 through 17 years old to learn coding skills and expose them to the tech environment with the hopes that it will actually lead to a career in tech. Our producer, Lavoy Cooks, was there for the story.
Hi, I'm Debbie Vini, and I'm here at the Bethany Community Learning Center with Black Girls Code. They're having a fantastic event today, and we're going to talk to their CEO of Black Girls Code, Christina Jones, in just a bit to hear all about the excitement with girls and boys here at the Bethany Community Center in Seattle.
There's a moment in time, I think it's called the pinkification, where girls are told that technology is not for them, that math is not for them. We're here to dispel that myth. We're here to catch our girls from age 7 and remain with them all the way through to their first job to make sure that they know that they in fact do belong in these rooms and technology is for them.
Black Girls Code is about getting our girls ready for the workforce. Careers in technology, careers in entrepreneurship. Our CEO likes to educate folks that only 3% of all tech jobs are held by Black women. And we need to change that. We need to change that narrative and just making sure that our girls have access and opportunities to build a future where they are not constrained and they are prepared with ample resources.
We're here with our fabulous sponsor, Hasbro, who's provided us with toys, getting our girls excited about how they can use technology to participate in some of their favorite things. We are here to teach our future leaders and change the face of tech. I love being here in Seattle. Seattle is the tech mecca. All the biggest tech companies are located within blocks of each other. We're here to teach the future leaders to understand that they belong in the room and prepare them for internships, apprenticeships, work opportunity starting today.
There's so many things that do excite me about it, but I think one of the biggest things is that this is just a really brand new chapter for BGC with new leadership, a new vision, new strategy. And it's a chance to really impact resources and education for Black girls at scale. It's something that's really near and dear to my heart. And Black Girls Code is really about making sure that our girls are prepared to succeed and, access the wealth that our ancestors helped to build in this country.
I love Hasbro. We're in their Playmaker pillar. That means that we are here teaching girls to be future playmakers, to develop new games for Hasbro. And I have to say, I don't think that there's anything better than that first time that you are making technology and you see it come to life. Walking around seeing these girls experience that I've been trying not to get emotional all day, to be honest. We've got close to 200 today. It's incredible. It's truly incredible. And this is just one of many. We'll definitely be back here again soon. But in the meantime, we hope that these girls will stay connected with us on our website. wearebgc.org. We have ongoing virtual programming so that they can continue their learning.
You can really see that all the girls are just so engaged and so happy because they see that they're wanted and they see that we see them.
The kids are having a great time. I heard one said this is the best hour of her life. I don't know about that, but I'm here for it. We want to make sure that they continue to have these experiences and understand that technology is fun.
Man, seeing all those girls excited about coding and tech just warms my heart. Since 2011, Black Girl Code has been dedicated to empowering Black girls through computer programming workshops and engaging events. They are addressing the representation disparities in the tech workforce by creating opportunities for Black girls to learn about tech career paths, foster meaningful connections, and build confidence. You can learn more about Black Girl Code by visiting wearebgc.org. Now, you know I'm all about uplifting small businesses here on Back to BASA, especially Black women-owned businesses. So when I heard that Monica C. Matthews from Queen Care, which you may remember is a health and wellness shop in the Central District that we highlighted back in August, is now opening up a spa in Columbia City, you already know we were on the way.
Hello, my name is Monica Matthews, owner of Queen Care. Welcome to the Spa House. This is a space that was curated specifically for those who need to really focus on restoring your natural balance. We want people to indulge in self-care practices that really support optimal health, and we have a variety of products to help us get to that point. We want people to engage with each other and in our community and cross communities too, so that we can build stronger communities. And then the last part of our tagline is to uplift. The Spa House is actually 4 years in the making. This is a project that is very near and dear to my heart. It actually was born out of my own personal need to really balance and restore my nervous system. I was so stressed out, depressed. I mean, some days I couldn't even get out of the bed, and it was self-care that really helped me to be able to reconnect with myself and really calm myself down mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, nourish myself. We have a range of services available. You can come here by yourself and indulge. You plus a partner. We have lots of couples offerings available, as well as group spa parties. Especially within the African American community, I think self-care is really important, and I think that personally we don't prioritize it enough. When we pile on stress on top of stress, the pandemic of racism, you know, all of the oppression, all of the things that we're going through on a day-to-day basis, on top of just regular life, we're not releasing it. We're holding on to it, and it's causing all types of health challenges, right? I wanted to create the Spa House to have a space for us to really unwind and really to have a home away from home. That's why it's called the Spa House. I wanted us to have a space where we could come and unpack and just really leave the cares of this world behind and be well. We have an event coming up called Self-Care and Sip, where you can come and really mingle with other like-minded individuals while receiving many self-care treatments. Just a way to just say, I love me. You should be thinking self-care daily. You can't ask me how often to come to the Spa House because I am a massage junkie. And so if I had it my way, it would be every single day for sure. But let's be practical and realistic, right? You may not be able to get into the spa every day, but you can perform a hand massage on yourself every single day, you know, or a foot massage on yourself every single day. Or you can soak in the bathtub every single day, or put a warm compress on your face or your neck at the end of the day. I'm inviting you all to join me here at the Spa House located in Columbia City at 3702 South Hudson Street. We are open Monday through Sunday by appointment only, so please visit us at vagaro.com/spahouse or on Instagram at the Spa House or at queencareproducts_1 for more information.
I remember when Monica told me about her plans to open this spa, and I'm so proud of you for making it happen. And dude, you're doing it with your very own products. To learn more about the spa, head on over to vagaro.com/the Spa House. It's time for another commercial break, but when we come back, we're tapping in with our buddies Anthony and Marley Love of Traveling While Black. Welcome back to BACK2BESA. It's the third Saturday of the month, so it's time for us to tap in with our buddies Anthony and Marley Love of Traveling While Black. And for this month's recommendations, dude, we are talking all things Christmas. Let's see what they have for us this month.
Hey Bessa, we are back with some more TWB recommendations, and this one is right on time.
Yep, with the holidays fast approaching, we wanted to get 4 TWB last-minute holiday happening right here in the state of Washington.
First, starting with the Downtown Seattle Association's Holiday Lights and Delights. Holiday Lights and Delights is a classic annual Seattle holiday happening that features beautiful light displays as well as a variety of festival events throughout downtown. Although we would say with the Westlake Park having the luminous light sculptures, it would be considered the main event space. The event runs now until January 9th and is free and open to the public.
Be sure to visit downtownseattle.org to see times and locations of specific events for the rest of the season. Also, take a look at our first experience at Holiday Lights and Delights on our YouTube episode number 42. Next up is another classic option right here in Seattle, Kringle's Filling Station. Located at 8211 Aurora Avenue North, Kringle's Filling Station offers a true Christmas experience through games, festive Christmas photo ops, and of course, a really dope gas pump that pumps hot cocoa. Visit their website at kringlesfillingstation.com for ticket information.
Also, be sure to check out our episode 80 for a recap of our experience at Kringle's Filling Station. Our next recommendation is an option that is outside of Seattle in case you're looking to get out of the city. Snowflake Lane in Bellevue. Taking place outside between Bellevue Square and Lincoln Square from Northeast 4th to Northeast 8th Streets every night at 7 p.m., visitors can experience falling snow, dazzling lights, festive music, dancers, and more in this complimentary nightly parade of holiday floats. Visit BellevueCollection.com for more information.
Special note, there is free parking. For our last recommendation, we are going way outside of Seattle and recommending the Christmas Town experience in Leavenworth, Washington. The famous Bavarian town really shines during this time of year as the whole town is dressed up in holiday lights. There are also nightly festive events happening all throughout the season. The Christmas festivities run now until December 24th. Actually, our first trip to Leavenworth was during Christmas, and you can see that on one of our really early episodes, episode 8.
We actually rode a charter bus for a day trip from Seattle, which was really cool. But if anyone knows of another company offering the same, be sure to reach out and let us know. Finally, as you all know, these locations and activities have been TWB approved, and you can see a full overview of our experience at each on our YouTube channel at Traveling While Black and at our TikTok page at TWB Seattle.
So, happy holidays to everyone, and until next time, beautiful people, stay up, stay true, and do you.
As I always say, Anthony and Marley Love stay putting us on to dope things to get into to live our best lives. Please be sure to keep up with them on their website at travelingwhileblackseattle.com. We're off to another commercial break, but when we come back, we're giving radio legend Danny Bonaduche his flowers, and still to come, I'll show you what went down when I flew to Sacramento for B101.1's Holiday Jam. You're watching BACK2BESA. Welcome back to BACK2BESA. Earlier this week, my iHeart Seattle fam and KZOK's Danny Bonaduche announced that yesterday was his last day on air after a long career in radio. And some of you may remember that Danny was actually a huge childhood actor. I wanted to take a moment to give Danny his flowers while he can still smell them. A few months ago, Paul Wight, formerly known as The Big Show, stopped by my studio for an interview. And during my interview prep, I saw an interview where Paul credited Danny Bonaduche for his big break in wrestling. So of course, I had to tell Paul that iHeartMedia Seattle's KZOK was Danny's radio home station. And turns out he had no clue. Paul, who is massive in stature, also showed that he has a massive heart and how he actually spoke of Danny giving him his break in wrestling 30 years ago. Check out what he had to say.
I was watching an interview recently, and you were saying that you got your start in wrestling via Danny Bonaduche. And I don't know if you know this, but he's at KZOK now, and we are like literally across the hall from where KZOK is at.
I did not know that till you said that. And you see me smiling right now.
Little dimples.
I know.
And you're turning red. Oh, my God.
I owe my entire wrestling career, my discovery, my introduction, my way to get the foot in the door. Wrestling in the mid-'90s to get in was like getting into like the mafia. You had to know somebody to vouch for you, and people wouldn't vouch for you. So it was hard to get introductions. And Danny Bonaduche, your iHeart radio star, introduced me to Hulk Hogan. It was a charity basketball game. It was Hulk Hogan and Mr. T against Danny Bonaduche and myself. I was his secret partner, like the ringer, because he knew I used to play basketball at Wichita State. And he knew that I wanted to get into wrestling. His show in Chicago, one of my friends was doing the karaoke there. He was the company that they had karaoke on the morning drive. So people come in, some would sing good, some would sing horrible. And talking to Danny, I was like, yeah, I want to get into wrestling, but it's hard to meet someone. It's hard to get in. He goes, well, I'm doing this thing with Hulk Hogan. Why don't you be my secret partner, and we'll play basketball and I'll introduce you to Hulk. And I was like, that would be amazing, because number one, getting a chance at the time to meet Hulk Hogan was like, that's bucket list kind of stuff. And Danny made all that happen. And I met Hogan, I want to say December of 94 maybe, with Danny introduced me to Hulk, December of 94. And October of 95, my first match was against Hulk Hogan, and I walked home with the World Heavyweight Championship. So Danny Bonaduche, in my mind, is the man in the myth and the man to be with. And I haven't seen Danny since then, because I moved out of Chicago. You know, life happens fast. And I always thought I would get a chance to run across and see Danny, but Danny, thank you.
Danny, here is to an outstanding career in radio, and I wish you all the best in your retirement. Paul Wight's story is just one of countless others of you going out of your way to help people, and for that, thank you. Okay, it's time for another commercial break, but when we come back, I show you what went down when I pulled up to V101.1's Holiday Jam in Sacramento, plus events to know about. You're watching Back to BESA. Welcome back to BESA. I'm your host, Besa Gordon, and as some of you may know, I'm not only on the radio here in Seattle and Portland, but also in Austin, Texas, Fresno, California, and Sacramento. Last weekend, I went down to Sacramento for V101.1's Holiday Jam, which featured performances by Maya, E40, Blackstreet, Petey Pablo, Sage the Gemini, and more. Check out how it all went down.
This year has been all about taking my career to new heights and pursuing opportunities wherever they might be. And dude, that journey continued last week as I hopped on the Delta jet to Sacramento for the V101.1 Holiday Jam. Some of you might know, some of you might not, but dude, I'm not only on air here in Seattle on Hits 106.1, but also on V101.1 in Sacramento, where I do Sundays 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. along with 3 other stations. Once I landed in Sacramento, my first stop was off to my Uber, and then it was straight to my hotel at the Sheraton, where I pretty much just had to go straight to my hotel after checking in, drop off my bags. I got to lay down for a hot second, but dude, right after that, I had to change my clothes and get moving. I stopped by iHeart Sacramento and met Joseph, who was my photographer for the weekend, and it was straight to the V101.1 studio, where I recorded some shows as I waited for Lizette Love and Strawberry to pull up. They might be weekday hosts on V101.1 now, but I've known these two since 2018 from back when we all were on Q93.3 in Seattle. And by now, most of you also might recognize Straw as the in-arena host for the Seattle Kraken. Anywho, after the studio, it was straight to the Golden One Center for the V101.1 Holiday Jam. Man, let me tell you, these concerts move so fast. First step was to meet with our stage manager for a rundown of the show, and then it was time for me and Strawberry to bring out the second act, which happened to be Lumity.
But next weekend on V101.1, we're giving out Imaginarium tickets, and tonight we got a great show, BACE-A.
Dude, we have so many amazing acts coming up. We got Petey Pablo.
Here we go.
Maya.
Here we go.
More. But guess what? Right now, we got Lumity.
Let's go!
Not going to lie, last year's Holiday Jam was a vibe, but this one was something special. Not only did we get to enjoy our favorites hit the stage, but we also got to mingle with fans backstage along with the artists. Oh, and this year, I was even on one of the billboards. Dude, it's hard to say what my favorite moment was of the night because honestly, I enjoyed it all. There was no drama, and if anything went wrong, I personally didn't notice. Once the show was over, it was time to head back to the airport, jump on the plane, and come back to Seattle. It's safe to say that this was an all-around first-class trip, and I'm truly going to miss my V101.1 fam, Strawberry, Lizette Love, Eric Rosado, Christy, Shorty Short, and CK. But you know what? It's all good because I'll definitely be back real soon.
Shout out to my V101.1 fam. It's always dope when I get to reconnect with Eric Rosado, Strawberry, Lizette Love, Christy, Shorty Short, and CK. And oh, we cannot forget our promotions director, John, plus Joseph, who took all those amazing photos of me. Definitely can't wait to come back. It's time for another commercial break, but when we come back, we're talking about events happening around the city you need to know about. Welcome back to BACK2BESA. It's time for events to know about, where I tell you about all the dope events happening around the city that you don't want to miss. First up.
Being that the holidays are upon us, like I said earlier in the show, dude, that means that New Year's is around the corner, okay? So I wanted to give you guys a dope New Year's event that I actually just found online today. It is by Laid Back Allure, who I've actually talked about their events before. Event is going to be called Champagne New Year Dreams, okay? This one is happening at Civil Tea and Unrest, and you'll be able to hear music by DJ Yachty and DJ Caleb. If you've never been to a Laid Back Allure event, child, this is what you've been missing out on. Now, if there's one thing I can say about Laid Back Allure is that they really do go by their name. You know, they can definitely do a good day party, but they also like to do upscale events for people of color that look exactly like me, that really just want to have a nice event, drink some champagne, meet some new people, hear some good music, and have some amazing vibes. Now, I will tell you that this event for New Year's is going to be absolutely amazing, and this is going to be an event where you can wear all the amazing dresses and outfits that you would definitely wear down in Atlanta, because people are always saying, man, I can't dress the way that I would dress if I were in Atlanta. Well, let me tell you, you will definitely be able to wear it here. So definitely head on over to their Instagram at LaidBackAllure to learn more.
That's it for this week's events to know about. If you have an event that I should talk about next week, send me an email with the event details to BACK2BESA@wherewecconverge.com. We're up to our last commercial break, but when we come back, it's time for Affirmation of the Week. Welcome back to BACK2BESA. As you may know, each week we like to end the show with an affirmation. This week's affirmation is, I will not take bad habits of 2023 into 2024. Let's be honest, y'all, the year is almost over, okay? And frankly, in January, there is a whole freaking day or even week that is dedicated to vision boards. So why not get started a little bit early? Why not start writing down those habits that you really need to get rid of now, so that way, when you get to the top of 2024, you really are starting with a clean slate. Now that's it for this week's episode of BACK2BESA. If you have anything you want me to know about, shoot me an email at BACK2BESA@whereweconverge.com, and catch me in Seattle on Hits 106.1 weekdays, 7 p.m. to 12 a.m., and in Portland Saturdays, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Jammin' 107.5. Thank you all for watching, and as usual, have an amazing rest of your day, and of course, keep that energy high.